What is going on, everybody? This is Slick from Breaking the Clutch, and I'm here today with Nick, and we're actually going to talk about some Halo Wars 2 predictions, which could be really exciting. And we're actually really happy to do this because just recently, actually yesterday or this morning, actually around I say 5 minutes past midnight, we actually got evidence or potential evidence of Halo Wars 2 cover art. So there's actually a lot to learn off of that, but that's going to be a different video. For right now, Nick and I are going to talk about potential factions in Halo Wars 2. In Halo Wars 1, we just had the humans of the Covenant, and it got boring after a little bit of time, but it's still really fun because there were 6 individual leaders. But, with Xbox One, we can actually do a lot more with video games nowadays. At least the developers can, and we'd really like to see something new. So, Nick, take it away. What do you want to see?
Let's start off with something very basic. I expect to see the UNSC back in action. Anders survived, Cutter survived, so I do expect to see those two leaders back. Forge, we assume he died, so they're going to throw, I think, another UNSC leader in there to round it out if they do bring back Anders and Cutter. I think they'll stick to the standard three leaders per faction, but that's pretty much what I'm expecting from the UNSC side.
Nice, nice, man. I think that makes a lot of sense, but I'll throw a curveball at you. So,
Go ahead.
what I personally expect to see is I really want to see the Prometheans. What we see in the left side of the cover art is actually what is potentially a Promethean knight. There's a lot of disagreeing sides to that. A lot of people don't see that, but Nick and I see a Promethean knight. So we believe that Prometheans are nearly almost confirmed. But anyway, let's pretend that it's
I'm going
not
to say they're
100%
100%.
confirmed or
I'm going to
nearly
say they're
confirmed.
100% confirmed. That's the
All
back
right,
of a
so Nick says
Promethean.
I work in sales in my real life job, and I do have one of those, so I'm going to be vague always. So anyway, so what I'm thinking is that Prometheans are going to be a thing, and I would love to see that. I think Prometheans should be a faction, and I think you should be able to use knights, soldiers, you should be able to use, say, watchers, whatever, like all the different units that we've already been introduced to. And the palette is so open for Prometheans. You could have vehicles. And of course, we have the Phaeton, so there is potential for the developers of Create Assembly to pretty much go anywhere with the Forerunners. And another one I'd really like to see is the Flood. The Flood is a little less plausible, just because I'm not sure how they would do units and how they would handle things like that. Of course, in Halo 3, there are multiple different Flood forms and different things they could do and transformations they could do, but I don't know how that would work into the meta of the game as well as the lore at the same time. I know, say, you could have supplies from Flood stocks, which is a real thing, where it's how the Flood actually get their nutrients. But honestly, I'm not really sure. So Nick, what else do you think is going to happen?
Well, real quick on the Flood, I think if you were to have the Flood in the game, I think it would have to be around a Gravemind as being the leader slash base since he produces Flood. But aside from the Flood, I've got the Covenant. I think we're going to see a brand new Prophet leader, one who's reviving the Covenant in a sense. We're definitely going to see that Tribal Brute, almost 100% positive on that. And I think we'll see Vale Vadame, the Arbiter from Halo 3, Halo 5. I think those are the only two games he's in. Well, and I guess Halo 2. But I do believe we're going to see those three leaders as the Covenant.
Nice, nice. I actually, so I want to play a little bit on that too. So I think in terms of leaders, if they do stick with that dynamic in this new game,
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd like to see at least 2 from every side. Like they're almost, I don't know how they would do it, but let's say this could be a potential guess. So let's say we have Cutter and Anders for human. Then we actually have, say, Thel Vadame, or the Arbiter, if you will, and the Swords of Saying Helios leader. And then we have the new Brute Chieftain as 2 Covenant leaders. And then maybe we have 2 Forerunner leaders. Maybe we have, like, the Anonymous AI, the AI that we just learned about in, Hunters in the Dark is a new Halo book that just came out where we go to the Ark because that's apparently where we are. Maybe there's that in the Librarian, or who knows, something along those lines. But I could see 2 of each leader class being, like, a thing, and there could be 6 different leaders still if they wanted to stick with that number, and then they could turn that into a really fun and entertaining game, I think.
What's like? I'm thinking maybe a Forerunner leader could be something along the lines of 343 Guilty Spark. I know he's dead, but I don't know what are they. What are those orbs called? I can't think of the exact name, but they are fluttered
Monitors.
throughout. What are they?
They're called basically monitors of each
Oh, okay,
installation.
monitors. That's it.
So
So I think
right.
they're fluttered around all Forerunner worlds. So we could probably see something like that, especially on the Ark. Is there not one on the Ark, or was that 343 Guilty Spark?
Well, so actually, in the Dark of or Hunters in the Dark. Sorry, I keep wanting to say Dark of the Moon. That's Transformers. But Hunters in the Dark, which is a very more recent book that came out. Definitely go out and get a read on that. Actually, we'll put a link down in the description to Halo Cannon's review of it. It's absolutely incredible. He does a great job of explaining all the key important parts that you need to know without actually reading it. But anyway, basically you learn that there is basically some kind of forerunner object from the Ark sending out a beacon. A sentinel is looking for supplies to rebuild the Ark. It's like a gigantic sentinel goes to Earth and causes a big ruckus. So all of a sudden the humans and the Sangheili, the elites, go back to the Ark and try to figure out what's going on. And let's just say they eventually run into an AI. Spoiler alert, right? But anyway, so this AI, they're not really sure what it is or how it is, but there's a lot of talk saying it is the original Forerunner AI Mendicant bias. And so there is or offensive bias, which is the alternate, kind of the alter ego to him, the opposite of him that stopped him when he and the Flood started taking over the galaxy. But that's just a thought.
That'd be awesome. I think that would definitely be a usable and a viable leader for the Forerunners if they do choose to, again, use the leader system. And I think, to round it out, I would like to see some type of... this is even a more of a further shot than the Flood, but I'd like to see some sort of reference to precursors, whether they're actually in the game or not. I don't think we're at that level yet in Halo lore to actually bring the precursors back. I think we're building towards that, but I don't think we'll see it just yet. Maybe Halo Wars 3, maybe Halo Wars 4, something a little further down the line. But definitely some reference to precursor artifacts. Maybe, if we are lucky, precursor leaders, but I don't think we're there yet. That's just a thought of mine, though.
That would be excellent, just to even see them in the campaign.
Yep.
But you're absolutely right. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, however, we just don't know enough. Like I think they'd probably save that for maybe one of the FPS titles, like the actual Halo games, like Halo 6, maybe. But
then I think it can bounce off into Halo Wars 3 or something like that.
Yeah,
I think
maybe,
we're almost.
It would be really cool to see that. Absolutely, we're on the way up.
Yep.
So. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, this has been Slick, and I'm talking with Nick from Breaking the Clutch. Please hop down in the comments and tell us what you think you want to see out of the factions. Of course, with this new Halo Wars 2 art out, there's you can kind of see what's going on. We do see humans, we do see Spartans, we see brutes, we see all kinds of things. So what do you guys think? Please put it down. Let us know what you guys are actually predicting and what you want to see. And of course, always feel free to give us some criticism. Go check out the Halo Wars Reddit, because of course that's where we post all of our videos and we're always on there talking. So thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Slick and Nick, and we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
I mean, we got the, Jesus, what's that shit called, Nick? What's that flying ship thing of death? The Phaeton.
Oh, yeah.
Boom, I'll
Photon.
cut it to that. And of course we have the Phaeton, and that's really exciting to see too. So there are potentials for them to go, there are potentials